Hello guys, and welcome to another tutorial here on Trials where I'm creating tracks. So for my next FPS I'm doing inverted controls, but yeah. So basically what I did is I made a trigger. So 8 switches to open one event. Okay? 8 or more switches to open up an event. Okay, so what I did is I had pre-made objects over here, right? They're all animation up and down, and they have trigger points, all triggered by the bike and the rider. That's by default, so you don't have to switch that. Okay, I just did an example here to where it's on an angle so I could test it for faster testing. Okay, so if I when all 8 meet, that's when the door will open, right? It's gonna go through all 7 and the door is not gonna open. You see this? Never opens. But when then it will open, you see? Look. When I hit all of them, then the door will open, you see? Boom, the door is open. Now you could finish. So, you can ignore this part, because this is a switch that will turn on a noise, on and off, of how long the duration of the animation is. I used a variable data source to determine a direct decimal point animation, right? So it's 10.30. With the original data source, you cannot do decimals, right? It's only 10, 11, 12, 13. You can go in between. So with a variable data source, you could have more proper animations. This is just this when the door comes to a stop, it'll make a stopper sound. So what the point of this video is, this is how I did it. Maybe there's a better way because uh, you have different case values. So your case value 1 through 4. When all 4 case values meet, it'll pass the interval to the next case switch filter. Then when all 4 case values meet, it will send the impulse to the main impulse. But if you want to not create as much lag input, you could throw into a state event and turn off the interval so it doesn't keep pumping intervals. Alright? Or you could just, because it has to have a constant flow of an interval, you know what I'm saying? So you can't even do sending one interval, you know what I'm saying? Make sure, I don't know what's wrong with the comparison value. I thought you had to put comparison value to 4, so it knows that it has to take 4 case values to unlock it, but for some reason I don't know why that's not working. Maybe I'm doing it totally wrong. Make sure your comparison value is 0.00 tied with a variable data source on both of them, and you can do it as many times as you want, but make sure it has to be 4. It just has to be 4, dude. So if you want to make 8 different collectibles activate a different ending, you have to make 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. You know what I'm saying? It has to be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. And you just got to continue that sequence, right? And it will work 100%. So what I did is I had, for each collectible, I have a splitter event, or I call it a multi-chain event. You can select up to 8 events at once. Make sure each one of these sign individually sign to a state event. Individually, you could mark a linear data source. Make sure your data source is set to 1 value and 1 tick, or you know, one, you know what I'm saying. Make sure it's instant. And then make sure when you go into a switch filter, you select your comparison value to the 0 target. All your cases must be marked to your current targets. Make sure you select the default setting, which is the last one, and keep the chain going. And that's all you do, guys. And then you'll have one door activates in 4 events. So I will test the map. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that one didn't activate. I don't know why. Yeah. Oh, I know why it didn't activate. So that's how you make it, guys. I'm just double checking here what I did wrong. Well, it's weird how it doesn't... You know why it doesn't work, guys? Because... There we go. The final door will open. So that's how you do it, guys, alright? I don't want to make this tutorial any more than it needs to be. So I hope that was thorough. I hope I walked through how you do it. And that's how you make 8 or more doors open. 8 or more switches open one door. So I think the reason to title this video is 8 or more switches that will trigger an event. So, you know, because it is an event, right? So let's be more specific. Alright, I'm Saying the Legend.